Hello, this is the tradesight U.S. stocks and futures preview and domestic economic data roadmap for the week beginning Monday, April 6th, 2015, ending Friday, April 10th. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal 12. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract for the week. And we didn't do a lot this week. It was Monday and Tuesday saw the action in terms of movement, but then Wednesday was where the real action was, as you'll see in a bit, with the volume once the quarter ended. So we had a gap up Monday. We'll talk about that in a minute. But overall, the week basically closed about where the prior week had closed. So nothing special there. We've got no new counts. We've got the green static trend line above. That would be resistance. And then the target is probably the red static trend line to the downside. So on Thursday, S&P gained 7. Everybody left early because of the long weekend. NDX gained 4 or 5 points. Here's a look at the NDX cash index. Again, the red line there probably also going to be support. Here's the SOX lost 2. Biotech index look like this. This one's the one that concerns me. We've had 2 floating islands essentially in the last 2 weeks. Both of them lead to downward moves, and if we crack this 3,500 level, it should be a straight shot back to 3,300 where that red static trend line is, and then you've got a problem pattern. So we could see lower prices after that as well. And of course, the old saying, as go biotechs, so goes the market. So we'll keep an eye on that. Crude oil closed the week at 49.14. It was up a little bit. Sorry, my alerts are going off. Got a lot of signals here on the daily charts for whatever reason. Every time I flip a chart, we're sitting a signal. Here's the gold. Not much here this week. Trin closed the week. The average, the 10-day moving average at 1.09. Friday's close was, or Thursday's close was 0.51 low print on the trend. Volume this week was poor every day except Wednesday. So we came into the week expecting slowness Monday and Tuesday for end of quarter. It often is, as the major players have the stocks already pegged to the prices they want them to close the quarter at for statement reasons. And then Wednesday we thought we could get the most action because the new quarter starts, and then Thursday was limited just because it's the day before a long weekend and people head out. So how did that play out? That was our expectation for the week. Let's go to 10-minute bars on the ES and front month futures contract. And remember, what you're seeing here is a little more than a week because we only have 4 days this week. So I'll slide it over so you see the end of the prior Friday. So, again, we thought prices were about pegged to where they were going to close, but we got this big gap up on Monday. And we actually shot higher and then drifted higher than that. Tuesday, we got a gap down, came up just enough to fill the gap, and then rolled back over. And you'll notice that Tuesday's close came a lot closer to where we'd been on the Friday close. So, again, those statement prices were already kind of set. They weren't going to let the market go far. Then we came in Wednesday morning to a big drop for the first hour or so. Big drop. We made a lot of money trading stocks at that point. In the futures too. We caught a nice move in the futures, and then that day even kind of dried up a bit. But it was such a nice day with the volume back and then everything. Nothing to complain about except for the afternoon wasn't exciting. Thursday we caught a nice move to the upside in the futures, and wasn't nearly as interesting of a session just because volume was back. So now all that's behind us. What do we have to look forward to? Well, let's start by looking at the economic data coming out this week. Understand that we had the Good Friday holiday here in the U.S. It's a strange holiday. The stock market's closed, but banks are open. The government's open. It's probably the only day of the year where the stock market's closed, but you still get mail. Meanwhile, we don't take a holiday on Monday. That's our holiday. Friday was our holiday for Easter. The rest of the world takes Monday off. So it's probably going to be a little light Monday just because most of the world's on vacation except for the U.S. That is the 5th. There's no economic data due. But we did just have on Friday, while the markets were closed, we had a weak unemployment and non-farm payroll number. So the market's going to react to that Monday morning initially. Tuesday, the ISM services number, 30 minutes into the market. Wednesday, JOLTS job openings and consumer credit. Thursday, the MBA mortgage index, crude oil inventories, the weekly number, FOMC. Sorry, this is Wednesday, FOMC. I had that wrong. Monday's ISM services. That's the 6th. So there is one data point on Monday. Tuesday's the JOLTS job openings and consumer credit. Wednesday's the MBA mortgage index, crude oil inventories, and the Fed meeting, minutes from the last meeting get released in the afternoon. Thursday is the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims number, along with wholesale inventories and the weekly natty gas. Friday, import-export prices and treasury budget. None of our big 3, nothing major here. We've got no GDP, no Fed. So what's on the horizon here? Again, Monday's probably going to be light. Fridays are always a little lighter than the rest. That leaves the middle of the week for the action. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are wide open. We'll be watching volume and hoping to see some good trading now that the new quarter's in full swing by a couple days. Should be good. We do have another week or so, and then the core earnings are going to hit. We'll hit the 8 days of core earnings for the quarter. That's when most of the earnings are released, and that creates a slightly different environment, and got to be a little cautious potentially in there. Later in the month, we'll have the first look at GDP from first quarter, and of course, a Fed meeting down the road. But in terms of this week, it's just a pure straight-up trading week. I'd look for the most excitement Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and focus on that. We'll be in the lab helping you out. And if you have not taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. If you do find these videos useful, please like them on YouTube. It does help us out. Have a great trading week.